Hey there, all you cool, epic, and awesome fans, followers, and listeners. Welcome to episode 74 of the Cool, Epic, Awesome podcast. My name is Matt, and I'll be your co-host today.
And I'm the other co-host, Joe.
And welcome, everyone. So, episode 74, we have some discussion on Bring Her Back, which we both were looking forward to. It's the next film from the Philippou brothers, who were made famous by Talk to Me, which released, was it last year or the year before? Maybe
I think last year.
I think it was a pretty out of nowhere hit because they're first time directors.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say they're originally from YouTube. I think their channel's like Rocka something, or I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
I forget what it is, but they made parody content and then just randomly made this horror movie that was pretty universally loved, especially in the horror community, which was Talk to Me. This was their second attempt at a horror film. I think pretty good. I'd say on par with their first film. And then also, Joe, you saw a couple other releases. I've been away.
I was gonna say, I don't know if Matthew actually went away. He went to Greece. He actually got cast in Mamma Mia 3 as the new love interest for Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah,
it's true.
Why don't you tell
you're hearing it here first.
How was your experience in Greece? Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
It was beautiful, honestly. I don't know, I think I mentioned on the podcast a couple times that I was going, but I've never been to Europe before, ever. And I know Greece is supposed to be one of the most beautiful countries to go to. And it really was. I mean, I did Athens, which was okay, but it was really the Greek islands. I went to Paros and Naxos, and just beautiful, right on the water. And I went with my girlfriend, so obviously it's romantic and whatnot. But we planned it out really well. We picked all the best restaurants, got planned reservations for sunset, and it really was magical.
Yeah, no,
honestly,
I get it.
Yeah, it's hard to explain. But yeah, just experiencing that different culture was really cool for me too, because that's not something that I've ever really done. Been stuck on Staten Island my whole life.
Yeah.
So, and then that's just in terms of the food was amazing. The just the vibes of the island and the people. There's cats everywhere. Yeah. They were super friendly, coming up to you. I watched Flow on the plane ride home because of that. And yeah, it was amazing, beautiful. And then Athens itself. The city was okay. It was a little bit run down, pretty dirty. I never felt unsafe or anything, especially being from New York. But I went to the Acropolis and the Parthenon, the Greek temples, and it was really, really cool. And we sort of did these audio tours and stuff where they talked about the different Greek gods, and I feel the Greek myths are really interesting too.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know about any of that stuff.
I mean, I know the Icarus. That's the famous one. Isn't that right?
He flew too close to the sun.
Close to the sun,
Icarus. Yeah. It was. We listened to some podcast about the entire Greek mythology on one of the ferry rides between the islands.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. And yeah, it was amazing. I know people say once you travel once, you kind of get the bug. So
yeah, the travel bug.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm going away again this Thursday. I'm going to California. So my work is not too happy with me, I'll say that, because I'm taking a lot of PTO right now, but I got to use it, man. Yeah. I can't just be a cog here. Absolutely. But yeah, Greece was awesome. I don't know, what have you been up to while I've been gone, Joe?
I got to see a lot of releases this week besides Bring Her Back. I saw Life of Chuck, which I enjoyed. I know a lot of people were talking about that as a Best Picture type of movie. I don't really see it like that. I mean, there's some good things about it, but it was all right. And then I saw Ballerina, which the official title is From the World of John Wick, Ballerina, which is probably the worst title I've ever heard of. But it was pretty good, honestly. Very on par with the John Wick movies. You know what you're getting. The fight scenes are great. I would watch another one. John Wick is in it, and not for a cameo. He actually has a decent amount of screen time and has a couple fight scenes too, which is pretty cool. But
I'm jealous. That's the one that I wanted to see.
Yeah, it was. You should definitely go watch it because we'll talk about it. We could briefly discuss it another time. But good fight scene. Also, the best use of fire in a fight scene. Like, I don't want to give too much away, but like just really some really creative and unique fight scenes.
Better than Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't know. The Agni Kai between Zuko and Azula is pretty tough. It's close. Honestly,
well,
that's tough. That's a tough question, honestly.
No, I was referring to the M Night one.
Yeah. No one could top that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Ong.
Mhm.
I forgot we talked about that movie on here. It's funny.
yeah, it was a strange.
Yeah, so I like missed all the releases. I basically when I got back on a Friday, and today's Monday. So I kind of had like I could pretty much see like one movie. I had to pick one. So
Yeah.
we decided to watch we decided on Bring Her Back,
Bring Her Back,
which I went to
yeah.
go see. And I guess that's a good transition into
Yeah.
it. We could start discussing it. I'll read the synopsis for the film. So as I mentioned, it's directed by the Philippou brothers. It released this year, and it stars Sally Hawkins in the lead, and the rest are kind of unknowns, but or maybe up and coming. But here's the synopsis.
I know the. Oh, continue. I'm sorry.
So it says, "Evil comes full circle." Good tagline. After I've seen the
actually,
film.
is a pretty good tip.
Following the death of their father, a brother and sister are introduced to their new sibling by their foster mother, only to learn that she has a terrifying secret. That's a pretty basic
Yeah.
plot summary, but I guess it works. So where do we start with this film? What were you gonna say though before we get into it?
Oh, the girl who plays Piper. I believe her name is Sora Wong. That was her
Yeah.
first acting role.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw
Yeah.
that she got the role because her mother just saw on Facebook a casting call for a blind actress.
Really? Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
So, and obviously she actually is blind. You could tell the actress is, but yeah, she was really good in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, all the kids were really good too. The brother was good,
Yeah. What's his name? Andy.
Andy, and then Ollie was good too.
Oh yeah, the
Which-
little the kid.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was amazing actually.
Yeah, he had
The
some
little-
crazy scenes.
Yeah, like I forgot. Like I low key you forget that that's like a because in the I don't know when you're watching it in the movie, he's not really like I don't know when you see him you don't really think of a kid. It's like I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's kind of like a creature.
a
almost,
creature. Yeah,
especially
that-
towards the end.
But like yeah, he did a really good job. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. The kid underneath the costume and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
apparently the kid who played Andy is also in Craven. I didn't know that.
I don't. Maybe he plays one of the young Craven brothers. Remember
me
they do like
see.
the flashbacks.
Oh yeah, he plays young Dimitri, so he plays
Mm.
a young chameleon.
Wow, he must have killed it in that movie to
Yeah.
get this role.
To get this role, but
Yeah, the film itself. I mean, it's an exploration of grief.
and yeah,
Obviously, it
Mhm.
becomes pretty obvious by the end, especially with that fucking dog.
That's
Especially with
sad.
how things wrap up, with one of the last shots of Sally Hawkins' character kind of laying with her.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get into
Yeah,
too much
we'll,
of
we'll,
spoilers.
we'll explain it in a little bit, but I also thought for a horror movie, it had a tremendous amount of heart. Like the relationship between Andy and oh my god, we just
Piper.
said her name, Piper.
Piper.
Is it feels genuine and real, and like they seem believable as siblings to me. And
Yeah,
also,
I like their whole
continue.
backstory of just because they're adopted. They're not not
No,
adopted, but
see,
they're
they're half-
step
they're half
step
siblings.
siblings.
Yeah,
They're
they're
step
half
siblings.
Yeah,
But they still have this really strong bond, and it's revealed later on that Andy actually, out of jealousy, like hit her when he was younger, and just to see him sort of grappling with that and dealing with
Yeah.
that now, because he actually does really care about her. He made that mistake when he was younger,
yeah.
and they sort of like hint towards it throughout the movie. I like how, and this goes into Sally Hawkins' character. She kind of like uses that as a
Yeah, she
weapon,
manipulates him. Yeah,
and that just shows her character is like so evil.
so sadistic. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's because she's a therapist and she knows like the exact things to do to make him like twist. And it's she does a fantastic job of like portraying the kind of I don't know what the character is kind of called, but the like in a movie when there's like a relationship and then a character kind of joins it and then like separates the two. I don't know what that term would be
That
called.
definitely has a name, but I don't know it either.
But she does a fantastic job of portraying that. of growing close with Piper and like kind of alienating Andy. There's like specific things that she does, like in the morning, like she'll deadass like piss in a cup and then like pour it on his pants just to make him think that he's pissing his pants, and then like he'll go to wash it and she's like, "Oh, like you pissed your pants? Like what are you, like a baby?" Like, so it's like just mental games, and it was done really well.
Yeah, Sally Hawkins was a complete standout to me in the film. She was my favorite part of the movie by far, and I'm familiar with her. I've seen her in Paddington before, and also she obviously has her most iconic role in Shape of Water, which was a Best Picture winner.
Was that? I'm sorry, I just cut you off.
No, go ahead.
The last shot, was that a reference? I felt like that was a kind of a reference to The Shape of Water a little bit.
Maybe.
That
I mean,
shot?
water definitely plays a huge role in this film with the whole thing with drowning and everything.
No, but the shot of I don't want to spoil it before we I don't know if we want, let's get to like the what actually happens in the movie. But so basically they get adopted by this family, this mom, and there's another kid there he has like no hair and he's nonverbal, he's mute, and they don't really know much about him. And like you start to see like something's off with him. I think the first thing he does is like, remember like Andy's outside and he like smacks the window and he thinks he's like waving at him, and he just like kills.
I do remember, but the first thing is when the cat runs out and he like.
Oh, he starts going. You're right. Yeah. So I'm. You saw it like a little sooner
I saw
than I
it.
did. So
a couple days ago. So.
Continue. Like I don't really remember that honestly. I remember it, but not to. Yeah.
So like when they first get to the house, I want to. What's Sally Hawkins' character's name? Just so I.
Hold on, I had it pulled up.
Laura. Her name's Laura.
Laura.
So when they first get to the house, Laura's like very cheerful. She's like, "Oh, hey guys, whatever." She's obviously cares more about Piper than Andy. Even when she takes a selfie, she sort of like cuts Andy out of it.
Yeah.
And then whatever, the two kids are kind of talking and they're like, you know, they're kind of confiding in each other. They're gonna go outside, and then Laura's like, "Oh, don't let the cat outside if you go outside," but it's too late because they already opened the door. And then you sort of realize why she said that, because this is when they first meet Ollie, and Ollie's standing in the center of a drained swimming pool, and he picks up the cat, and he's just like fucking with it. And then Laura runs out, and she's like, "Ollie, like put him down." And then that's when you first get that introduction to Ollie's character.
Doesn't he like bite off the tail of the cat?
I don't think so.
Oh,
oh wait, does he? Because the cat's like bleeding. The cat's bleeding, right? Maybe he does, but. That's like a cool introduction. That kind of shows you what Ollie's about. It's sort of a creepy intro to his character.
Yeah.
Well, you can continue.
So basically, because it's kind of like really, I don't want to say complicated, but essentially, the mom is using that character to bring her daughter back to life, but she needs like this is where I start to get my problems with the film. They don't really explain Talk to Me, like their other film. The object in it is like this clay hand. They explain how the clay hand works, how everything functions within the first like 15 minutes of the movie. Everything's explained to you cut and dry, and that's it. I feel like in this, they never really explain how it works. Not even how, but what they even have to do. It's never even said.
It's told in bits and pieces. So Ollie is supposed to be this vessel, I guess. I think what he has to do is eat the flesh of the dead person.
But she has to. I'm sorry.
Basically, like regurgitate the flesh into the new vessel, which would be Piper. But Piper has to die in the same way that the daughter died.
Yeah.
So we didn't say this, but Laura's original daughter was also blind, and she drowned, and she died. So eventually, Laura has to drown Piper and then get Ollie to eat Laura's dead body, which is in like a freezer, and then regurgitate that into Piper, and that would somehow like bring back her daughter in Piper's body.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of weird.
But then they don't explain like Ollie's character. I mean, like he's just like hungry for some reason. They don't explain like the vessel at all. It's just like
There's a lot of times when he's trying to eat and she's like, not yet. But why does he just eat random shit?
Yeah, that's
like he's trying to eat like there's that scene where the whole kitchen's kind of destroyed.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't fully explain it. That's a problem. Not that it's a problem, but I feel like there could have maybe been like 10 minutes more of just added lore.
Yeah.
Because they tease like these tapes that they're from Russia, and these tapes sort of explain how to do this process.
Yeah.
Like, where did she get these from? Where are they from? Has this worked before? Like, we don't really get any of that, which some people may like that, but I personally would have wanted to see a little bit more of that.
Yeah, like just a little more explanation, maybe even as to how she got these, or like why she. I don't know, but that was really like because I felt like like I said before, going into this with Talk to Me, I thought it would be a little more like cut and dry as to like how it worked. But I mean, that wasn't the case. I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's just like a lot missing. Also,
yeah.
I think they could have went in a little more about Connor Bird's character, who is Ollie.
Yeah.
So basically, also, if you guys haven't seen the film, I guess,
yeah.
This character Ollie is not actually Ollie. He's this boy named Connor Bird that was kidnapped by Laura and turned into the vessel. So they don't. I mean, why does the vessel have to be a kid? Like, or does it have to be a kid?
I don't know. Think it does, because in the opening scene, it's like an old dude. You remember he like just.
Oh yeah. But they could have went a little more into like Connor's story. Or how did she kidnap him?
How did she turn him into the vessel?
Yeah, things like that. There's parts where he like, when he leaves that big circle, he sort of goes back to his normal self.
And he starts like convulsing, and then like you see there's this like a part of him, like it almost reminded me of like an Alien scene where like it's gonna come out of the chest, where you see there's something like in him. Mm-hmm. That like that. It's like there's a lot going on with the movie, and I feel like I would have like you said, a little more of an explanation as to certain things, but not all of it. Like I like that they leave some of it up for the audience to understand, like how they bring the person back to life. I'm fine with that, but it's more, now that I'm speaking, like, actually having a conversation about it, I think it's more the fact of me not understanding the vessel rather than me not understanding how it actually works. Because the context clues are there for how the process works of them bringing her back. But in terms of the vessel, there's really no explanation as to how or what or,
Yeah. It's not fully laid out.
Yeah.
So that it would have been... I don't know. I would have liked to see that. I get not everyone wants to see that stuff, but yeah, I guess
big lore guy.
Yeah, that's some of the negatives, but I still have a lot of positives about it. I think the gore is really great. A lot of the scenes were disgusting. Yeah. I think one of the standouts is definitely the knife. The knife. That was probably my favorite scene. Like the
sequence
knife bite. It was just disgusting, and then after that, sort of Andy bringing him outside, and then he starts. He won't go past the circle, but Andy doesn't know why. He's like, "Come on, we got to go to a hospital." Then he goes past the circle, starts convulsing, and then it's just like so much is happening at once. And it also like gives some lore, because then Laura brings him inside, and then she does like the circle thing on his head, and he starts coming back to normal. Yeah. So that, I don't know, I really like that scene. It was just the teeth, like the knife in the teeth, and then like
not even that, the sound design too of just the metal like hitting against the teeth.
It's disgusting. Yeah. I saw that. I was looking on IMDb at some of the trivia for the movie, and it said that the Philippou brothers actually like bit into a knife to do that sound stuff.
Oh, probably like the side and what? Because that's what I was gonna say. It sounded like metal hitting it was more the sound than anything to me that freaked me out. Yeah. It sounded like teeth hitting a knife. Like it actually, And then also the scene. I mean, we'll get to favorite scene. Well, my favorite scene in the film is when, I don't know how it happens, but he's like alone in the kitchen and he just starts like basically eating his body and everything around him. Like there's a scene specifically where he like bites a part of his, like I think it's his forearm, and
do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just rip off my skin for a podcast. But like literally, like his skin peels off like a piece of string cheese. I was like, this is fucking awesome. And everyone was like, it was just such a cool scene. I don't, bro. Come on, that was such
It
a
was cool. Yeah, it was disgusting.
yeah,
right
like,
before when he bites into the desk and his teeth are
teeth
like
start
snapping
fucking coming.
forward.
Yeah, like
It was nasty.
yeah.
Yeah,
Was
like you
my
said, the sound design was great.
yeah.
The gore looked great. It was obviously practical, and yeah,
Yeah.
just awesome. I love that stuff. But yeah, I don't know what else do I got. I have a couple things written down here.
Also, like that they obviously circles are a big theme in the movie.
I was about to say that. I wrote down the reoccurrence of circles throughout the film was interesting. Could represent circle of life, like birth, death, rebirth, like circle. So that's what I think it represents. Because circles, obviously, they're huge in the movie. It even said it in the tagline.
Yeah. And then what was the other? I really mentioned this. Them portraying kind of that like trauma of him seeing his dad dead, and then like him having that trauma taking the. I thought that was actually done really well. Him being scared to take a shower because of like reliving that moment constantly over again. I thought that was it was like a small moment, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done.
Yeah. So that scene where he sees his dad, what is happening there?
I think it's Ollie, but remember he cuts the hair off of the dad at the funeral.
Yeah.
And she feeds it to Ollie, and then Ollie.
So I think that allows him to mimic the voice, though.
No, but he sees his like face.
I know. That's why I'm saying. Like, I guess he could shapeshift.
That's what I assumed it as. That's what I mean. Like we don't know because the vessel isn't really explained.
Yeah, that scene was also really like, I cringed when he slipped and cracked his head.
Yeah,
and you hear it. That was nasty.
But I don't know if you want to get to favorite characters.
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot Fiona's in here.
Yeah.
Let me show her really quick.
Yeah, no, we have all the animals. The only ones we haven't shown are what you call it, Marley and our sister's cat, Clara.
Fee.
Put her on the mic. We'll pick her up. She sniffs it.
Do you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, like licking her nose.
But
yeah.
There she is. Sorry, she's not usually in here, so I had to show her off real quick. But yeah, favorite characters. I think for me it's Laura, definitely.
Yeah.
I think she had the best performance out of any of the actors, and just the way that her character sort of manipulates everyone, I found really interesting. Even like the lady who comes to the house. Do you remember that? That was that was a crazy scene too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she has her completely fooled, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then that eventual reveal and like the car crash and everything.
The car scene is nuts. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I thought my boy Andy was gonna get up. I was kind of sad.
Yeah, that was like kind of a weird way for him to go out.
Yeah.
So.
I thought it was thematic that he drowned too, technically, but I was hoping he was gonna die like trying to save her or so. Like, I mean, he did technically, but yeah, I mean, so my favorite character was also Laura. But I mean, Piper and Andy are also really good, also done very well. But I feel like Sally Hawkins' character is just, like you said, the way she manipulates everybody around her, and like, I don't know, it was just done very well. It was a good performance.
Yeah, it's a great performance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
If you want to get to
ratings. Wait, one other thing I had.
What?
Was, so I don't know if you remember at the end of the movie, it was like, in memory of this person.
Oh, yeah.
Randomly. So apparently that's one of like the Philippou brothers' friends or something that passed away. Mm-hmm. He was only like 22 or 23.
Oh, damn.
I don't know if you read the dates. It was like 2001.
Yeah, it was like to like 2024 or something like that.
Yeah, so 2001, that's like when I was born, so it's my age. But they said that they originally had a different ending planned for the film, which would have seen the ritual completed and Laura's daughter would have been brought back. But then after the friend passed, they said that they decided on doing something more emotional to end the film.
I kind of like that.
I kind of like that too.
That
sort of behind the scenes thing. Because it goes into the theme of the movie of like dealing with trauma and stuff. So
that's interesting.
Rest in peace to that guy.
Yeah.
I guess we could rate
ratings. Yeah.
I could go first. Yeah. So Bring Her Back, I gave a 3.5 stars, a 7 out of 10. I think it's pretty much on par with Talk to Me, and I think the Philippou brothers are doing great things in the horror genre.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of the film. There are some issues I have with it. Just a lot of sort of the world building and lore. I think they could have explored a little bit more with the tapes. Where did they come from? How does this ritual work? And things of that nature. But really impressed by Sally Hawkins' performance. She was fantastic. The gore was great. Sound design was great. And yeah, it's a good horror film.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Matt. I also gave it a 3.5. So 7 out of 10. I do think Talk to Me, it's on par with Talk to Me. I think Talk to Me is a little bit better. I gave that a 4 for reference. But they're still, like Matt said, they're doing great things in the horror community right now. And I feel like it's rare to see a horror movie with like a lot of like heart and like, I don't know, kind of emotional stakes and whatnot. So it was kind of refreshing, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking forward to that one for a while.
Yeah.
So it was a good watch.
Did you see what they're doing next?
I know they're doing like a documentary.
They're doing like a documentary on like deathmatch wrestling, which is like this. Like, you ever see those videos online of like people breaking like LED lights on their back and shit, like, and all those It's about that apparently.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And
yeah, that would make for a good documentary, honestly.
yeah, because I have no, like, I've only seen those online. Like, I have no idea.
Yeah, what is the context behind those? We need that.
I guess we'll find out. And then they're doing a Talk to Me prequel and Talk to Me 2, which I think
I was looking on Letterboxd. I think the prequel is like a short film.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. It's probably going to be like just how that girl in the first movie gets possession of it.
Yeah, it said also like untitled
Horror
third
movie.
horror film. So they're doing like a third one.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll connect that as well, because apparently Bring Her Back is in the same universe as Talk to Me.
I mean, I like the idea that they happen in the same world, but like I don't see an avenue where they would connect.
I don't know. Maybe, I mean, they both have demons. Yeah, I don't really see how they could connect, because what characters are outstanding from each? Like, they could bring in Piper into like some Talk to Me.
If the only thing that would maybe work is the hand came from the same place where they learned to do that ritual. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, they made some sort of viral marketing website. It was called like Black Angel Tapes, and they showed a bunch of tapes from the movie, and one of them was just like them taping the Talk to Me hand.
Oh, really?
So it seems like it came from wherever, or maybe it didn't come from there, but it was at least at one point in the possession of the people who were doing these rituals.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Very interesting. I kind of want to see them take on a franchise.
Well, they were supposed to do Street Fighter.
Yeah.
I know it's not horror, but
I know why did they drop out of that? I saw they went to like.
They said they wanted to focus on this movie. That's why.
Fair. I mean, I think it worked out.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not like the biggest Street Fighter guy.
Yeah,
So.
I just saw that they were like they were gonna like film it in Thailand and like do a bunch of Muay Thai stuff. I was like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it seems like they really get into their craft and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So.
But yeah, so pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Talk
Film
to me.
news. Film news.
Oh yeah. You sent it in the Discord.
It is in the Discord.
Actually,
Get started with the first one.
I hope it's what I think it is. The first one. Hold on.
So
Yeah,
the
it is
first
actually.
bit
Okay.
is DC news out of the DCU. So we know Clayface is coming out, I think end of 2026.
Mhm.
And right now there are auditions for the lead role going on, and there's 4 finalists. So it's George McKay, Tom Blythe, Jack O'Connell, and Leo Woodall. I'm only familiar with the first 3 names, but
Yeah,
I would be excited for any of those guys to kind of
yeah,
get this role.
I agree.
You know.
I mean, I feel like the consensus like favorites Jack O'Connell, especially after Sinners.
Yeah. Just 1 second, Joe. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You could keep talking.
But I mean, all the other 3 people look more than qualified for the role. I mean, we'll see what they're gonna do. I'm assuming it's gonna be like a multi-deal contract. It also just kind of feels weird that. I mean, I could be eating my words because they could have Batman cast already, but it feels weird we're getting Clayface cast before Batman. But to each their own. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like Batman's gonna be in the movie, but
Do you think so?
he has to be. This is like it doesn't make sense that he wouldn't.
Yeah, I guess.
It's probably gonna be in Gotham. He's gonna
We've
be
seen
like
weirder things. Do you forget about
yeah.
Morbius?
I know there should be no like, because the whole argument with this. Well, one, the Sony movies aren't good, but like they don't have a reason for existing. But like the villains in that are just like their only motivation is like getting Spider-Man. At least with Clayface, like because I don't know if you saw Mike Flanagan who wrote the movie or wrote the initial script. I don't know if they changed it now, but he's taking inspiration from like there's like a 2-episode arc in the animated Batman show. I forgot what the episodes are called, but essentially just the origin of Clayface, and he basically just he starts taking this like serum that like helps him transform his face and helps him act, and like it's kind of just like a crash out from that. So like his story makes sense on its own. So like Batman doesn't necessarily need to be in the origin, but if we're gonna show him as Clayface like how he is in the comics and a Batman villain, then I think Batman should be in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should be in it too.
Yeah.
But are they gonna reveal the Batman of the DCU in a Clayface movie? Maybe.
I mean, it wouldn't be like I wouldn't. I mean, for him to debut in something, I guess it would make sense for it to be that. This is one of those things.
What were you talking about when I just dropped out for a second? Jack O'Connell.
Yeah, Jack O'Connell is probably the favorite after Sinners, and apparently he's very good. He's in the 28 Years Later. He's apparently playing like a cult leader in that.
Yeah.
So
I think he'll probably end up getting it. I think George
likely.
McKay is a great actor. I think this isn't really a role for him. He would be better as a hero.
Some
a lot
people,
of people fan cast him as the Flash.
I saw that too, as like Grant Gustin.
Yeah.
Not Grant Gustin. Fucking
Barry Allen.
Barry Allen. No, the other one.
Wally.
They're not. There's no way they're doing Barry Allen in the DCU.
They might.
Nah.
We'll see.
They're gonna make him old as fuck.
But if they do Wally, they'll make him black for sure. They won't
No.
make him white.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Nah. They're gonna make him like the Ginger Wally.
I don't know, because that would.
I don't mind either or. Like I like the Flash's interpretation, like the Flash TV shows Wally, and also like the Wally from like the animated Justice League.
Because they wouldn't make. Here's the thing. Eventually, the plan would probably be to bring Barry at some point.
I think
he's going to be white. So I feel like they're not going to do 2 white Flashes.
I think they're gonna make like Barry like older,
Maybe.
like how Hal Jordan is.
His age, you think?
They could,
Maybe.
and then have
It's kind of weird, yeah. But
have Wall because like I feel like it's pretty obvious we're probably gonna get the Justice League animated roster, which is like Superman, who's already being introduced, Batman, Wonder Woman. Those are like the 3. Then Hawkgirl, she's already being introduced.
Jon Stewart,
who's already being introduced. All we need is Manhunter and Wally West, Flash, and that's it.
we'll see.
It seems pretty like and honestly, I would rather that. It's like a more like not. I don't want to say like a refreshing take, but like they did like their roster with the DCEU. It's like I'd rather them like change it up a little bit, and also them having one girl on the team just feels weird. I feel like there should be like more than one.
Yeah. Well, Supergirl probably.
Yeah. No. Well, Hawkgirl and Wonder Woman. Already 2, but I'm saying on the DCEU it was only 1.
Oh yeah, it was only Wonder Woman. Yeah.
But,
yeah, they're definitely gonna switch up from that. But
yeah.
all right, yeah. You want to talk about this next sort of strange news that we got?
Yeah. So we got actually I feel like obviously there's a lot of musical biopics coming out now, and we got Nick Jonas has been cast as Paul Stanley. He was the lead singer of Kiss in a movie called Shout It Out Loud. Me and Matt are pretty big fans of Kiss. Our dad is a huge fan of Kiss. Like we grew up listening to it, and I've mentioned this to you. Like I was waiting for them to get for them to get like the movie treatment of them to finally, And it's kind of cool that they actually cast someone who sings in the role. Like it's not just going to be like, I don't know, like Jeremy Allen White is Bruce Springsteen. No shade to him, but like I'd rather them cast somebody with a musical background.
Yeah, I love Kiss, man. And out of all these like musical people, them and Michael Jackson, obviously, which they're doing, but they're very cinematic. Like their look and their performances, it's like perfect for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Nick Jonas, it's good that he's like a singer, like you said, but it's interesting to me. I don't know. We'll see for the rest of the cast. I wonder who's going to be Gene Simmons.
Yeah, that's
The
actually really
Rock.
interesting. I feel like they have to get someone notable for Gene Simmons.
Yeah, because he's obviously the most
The
famous
most
out of all
famous,
of them.
yeah.
But
We'll see.
yeah, so I had no idea this movie was even coming out. I don't really know anything
Neither
else
did I.
about it.
You know who would not be a bad pick for Gene Simmons?
Who?
The guy playing, fuck, Human Torch.
Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
He's already one of the Beatles.
You can't
Can't double
cross
dip.
over?
Nope, can't double dip. They need someone new. I
Right.
thought they could toss
Who?
Jonathan Bailey as one of them from Wicked.
It's not the worst idea. He's another musical guy.
Yeah. Fuck it. I'm trying to think.
I
don't
feel
know.
like he's too like goody. I can't picture him like doing lines of coke and fucking like rock star shit. I feel like he's so.
You could picture Nick Jonas doing that.
I mean, he's a little more punk at least. Like Jonathan Bailey was just like the lead in Wicked. He's great, but he's just like a goody, like a knight in shining armor type of,
He's an actor.
That's true, yeah.
But
Who's making
yeah,
it? What studio's making it?
I don't know anything about it. I'm gonna go in this.
Click the article, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see deadline.
Do we have a director attached too?
Nick Jonas set as Kiss singer Paul Stanley. It says STX movie. Shouted out loud.
STX? Who's
Oh, it's
that?
directed by Mick G.
McG? Who's that?
He did Charlie's Angels.
Alright.
Film will go into production at the end of the year, early 2026. STX fully financing. Who's STX?
Is that Amazon? Like their...
Let's see. STX.
I feel like it's Amazon.
STX Entertainment. I don't know. It's just some entertainment company. I've never heard of them.
Alright.
Let's see. Jonas will do his own singing. He'll need time to train to replicate the jet engine vocals of Stanley. Let's see what else we got here.
Stanley
Jonas
does...
grew
He,
up on the
he has his
Broadway
own music
stage.
too, though. Like,
Yeah, I
he's
think he
released,
does,
like, solo
yeah.
albums, yeah.
Mick G is zeroing in on a star to play Gene Simmons, the fire-breathing, blood-dripping, growly-voiced bass player.
Don't they all have names? Like the cat, the demon...
Simmons was a Hasidic Orthodox Jew from Israel. I didn't know that.
What? I didn't know that. Wait, Gene Simmons?
Yeah.
Damn,
He found
I
a
didn't know
new
that.
faith one fateful day while exiting the yeshiva.
I didn't even know he was Jewish.
So yeah, it looks like he's casting some of the other people.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. Mick G is he's pretty good. He has a couple good movies. But yeah, very interesting stuff going on in Hollywood
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
But all right, next bit of news we get
Yes.
into. This has to
Um,
do with the Star Wars film,
Yeah.
Star Wars Starfighter, which is. Go ahead.
So a couple weeks ago, we talked about how, what's her name? Mickey Madison passed on a villain role in Star Wars, and we got confirmation that Mia Goth is reportedly accept one of the villain roles in Star Wars Starfighter. I love Mia Goth, so this is always exciting. She has to be playing a Sith. I don't picture it I don't really see her playing anybody else.
I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know. Is Ryan Gosling playing a Jedi?
No,
They say. So
they said
maybe
he's
she's a Sith.
he's playing a fighter pilot or whatever, and like they're all after his niece or something, and he's trying to protect his niece.
I hope she's playing a Sith. I'm all for. I need more lightsabers in Star
Yeah.
Wars. That's the type of shit that I like. I'm one of
But-
those.
Not obviously I love Mia Goth, but did you see? It was revealed why Mickey Madison turned down the role. I initially thought first reports came out it was because of like the fandom and just how toxic the fandom could be. But apparently it was over a pay dispute, which is kind of wild coming from Disney. And like, what are you gonna? She's off her just won an Oscar. Like, what the? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have a pay
just pay her.
pay
Yeah.
her. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I was just very that's
Yeah,
the
I don't know if you saw it. Apparently, also, Jeremy Renner said this recently in an interview. He's not doing Hawkeye
Yeah.
season 2 because
they
they
cut
offered
his.
to pay him half of what he made for season
Yeah.
1. And he was like, I don't need a raise, just give me the same amount.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Like, what the fuck is going on over there?
I know.
Like, someone like Jeremy Renner, who's been around since Avengers
Yeah, he's
1,
been,
even
like,
before that.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay him?
And it's like it's
What
not
the
like
fuck?
it's his first role. He's been with Disney for over a decade. Like you'd think they'd like they don't mind paying. I don't know, whatever. But I just thought it was like literally Oscar winning talent you could get, and they just was like, yeah, we don't want to pay you. The fuck?
I don't know, man.
Like that's the one time an actor or actress can argue like I just won an Oscar, so I should just be able to get a blank check for my next movie. Like there's always like that next Oscar movie that they get basically just whatever they want.
Yeah.
But actually, this is probably a good transition because she actually accepted her next role, Mickey Madison, and it's gonna be. Wait, did I send it in here?
I don't think it's in here, but
Oh,
what is it?
but it's gonna be a Red Masquerade of Death movie. Actually, initially Sydney Sweeney was attached, but had to drop out due to scheduling issues. So she's gonna now play the Red Masquerade of Death, which I don't know if you remember. We've actually read that book.
Is it Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes, yeah.
I don't remember the story, honestly.
Basically, it's like there's a big plague going on, and in this like medieval town, and like everyone in the castle is just like having a party, like all the rich, and the disease like shows up as the Red Masquerade of Death and like starts killing everybody. And it's like
so
about that.
Yeah, okay. So it's basically the disease is like a character. That's killing
Yeah,
people.
it's personified.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's a cool idea. I think that could work really well for a movie.
yeah. No, it's a really cool. It's a short story. You should like reread it, but yeah, I think it's cool. It's cool and to see her back in like a horror thing. The first one since Scream,
Yeah,
so that'll be cool.
that'll be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Speaking of horror, though,
Yeah, this is a big
Uh,
one. I don't know if you want to. You could talk
yeah,
about
I
this.
can read this. So, the rights for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre are up for grabs right now. There's apparently a bidding war among the creatives and companies in Hollywood that are as follows: Netflix, Glenn Powell with A24, Oz Perkins with Neon, Jordan Peele with Monkey Paw, and Taylor Sheridan with Paramount. I would be happy with any of these, honestly, besides Netflix.
Besides Netflix, I feel like most of the horror community is just like anyone but Netflix is pretty much the consensus.
I don't. Those are like some pretty banger options.
I know they're all. I mean, I wasn't familiar with Taylor Sheridan, but apparently he's like the main guy behind Yellowstone.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
He
just
has
like
some other
everybody
stuff, too,
loves.
that he does. Yeah.
Honestly, I like to me. I don't know, man. Like, I'm such a big fan of Jordan Peele. I'm so interested what his take on a Texas Chainsaw Massacre would be. But also, like, Osgood Perkins would be fucking amazing as well. Like, and even like the idea of Glenn Powell starring in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre is another like, you know,
For me, I think my first choice would be for Oz Perkins to get to do it, just
Mm-hmm.
because reward him for Long Legs and the monkey.
and he has that other
Um,
one coming out soon too.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
With Melissa, whatever. Yeah.
Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah.
And Neon has been
Mm-hmm.
putting out bangers,
Yeah.
But I will say, if Glenn Powell and A24 win it, if that means that Glenn Powell will star, then I would like to see that instead. Because I feel like he just perfectly fits the vibe of this world. Like him as a one of the hillbillies that lives with Leatherface
that would
would
be
just be
pretty cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be cool. And also, it would hopefully attract viewers to the movie because he's a big face in Hollywood.
Yeah,
Like, people
that's true.
would be more likely to go see it, which means success and more movies. So
But
we'll see what happens.
I feel like, yeah, I don't know. If you had to rank
Jordan
them,
Peele is interesting. I would probably say I'll put Oz and I'll put Neon at 1, A24 2, then Monkey Paw, and then Paramount and Netflix.
I'd probably do Neon 1, Monkey Paw 2, and then Paramount, like everyone else. Like, what was it again? The other third?
A24.
A24, then Paramount, and then Netflix.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure there'll be updates on this soon.
Yeah. I doubt this is gonna, last long. It's. I don't know. I really have no idea. Like, there's an 80% chance that we get something good.
Yeah. But Netflix has the most money, so
I know that's the problem.
I gotta say though, I didn't mind the last Netflix one. I think it's severely overhated.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's more just the options presented in front of us, like the talent with all the other options is just so much better than whatever Netflix is gonna get.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're
I
gonna
agree.
they're gonna treat this just like a regular slasher. Or like, I feel like the other studios acknowledge like this is actually one of the greatest American films ever made,
Yeah,
and like getting back to that like core like kind of fucking like terror that I mean we talked about it on this podcast that it's really hard. I haven't seen a movie replicate that of getting I don't know that like feeling of like hopelessness and just
yeah. None of the other movies in the franchise have ever really captured
captured
that.
it.
So,
Yeah. So yeah, very
but
exciting.
yeah, and you could read this next one.
Yeah. So this is. I mean, I'm not a big TV guy, but I was just interested to see. So after Severance, Ben Stiller is now attached to direct. Oh, it's a movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
A Twilight Zone movie for Warner Brothers. I apologize because wasn't this initially a show?
no, it was always gonna be a movie. I
Oh,
believe.
I don't know. It was a show though, right? The Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
Okay,
The
so I
Twilight Zone's
wasn't.
a show.
Okay,
It's
I
like an
wasn't-
anthology show.
Yeah, it's like every episode they follow like a different. I've seen a couple episodes of it.
Yeah, they're kind of fun. Like
Yeah, they're just
they're all
like
black and white and just super old. And
like the sci-fi horror vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. Well, he's gonna direct a movie with I think it said Leonardo DiCaprio starring in it.
or it's his company.
His company. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he would star in this. Doesn't really seem like his type of. You know.
Yeah, but Ben Stiller and the director share for a film is pretty interesting to me.
Has he ever done a
I
theatrical
feel like
release?
he must have.
One of the
Nothing's
comedies,
really
maybe.
Let me look it up. Nothing's coming to mind.
Did he create Severance or?
Oh wait, no, he directed a couple. Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Zoolander, Tropic Thunder, The Cable Guy.
Oh, I didn't know he directed Chop of Thunder.
Yeah, but I don't think he's made a movie in a while. Secret Life of Walter Mitty may have been the last one. Or no, he did Zoolander 2
When was that? I didn't even know they made a Zoolander 2.
in 2016.
No. So it's almost 10 years since he's had a theatrical release.
Yeah.
It's
So
pretty cool, though. I didn't know he was actually... I don't know why I thought he was...
yeah, I forgot that he made Zoolander.
Yeah.
I forgot, but
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of it, this is another casting news, but I didn't send it. Ariana Grande picked her first... Did we talk about this last week or no?
no.
Ariana Grande picked her next role after Wicked.
What is
And
it?
it's... I forgot. Meet the Fockers. No, what is that franchise called? With Ben Stiller and...
I think Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, Meet the fourth installment. Like, she's going to be in it. And
That's her
it's-
next
yeah.
role.
I don't know
Is it
why.
like a real actual role or like
Yeah, no, she's and Ben Stiller and
De Niro?
De Niro returning. She's
Interesting.
apparently playing. I haven't seen these movies. She's playing Ben Stiller's like son's fiance that like they don't get along with her. And that's like the plot of the movie. Sure, whatever.
All right, well,
I feel like she took it more to work with Stiller and what's his name?
De
Like
Niro.
yeah.
maybe. I thought you were gonna say like something super serious or
No, she said she wanted to do a comedy after Wicked.
yeah. I don't know if she wants to get into like dramatic acting or anything.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure eventually she'll, you know.
Yeah, that's a
But
good
she-
transition though.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot to send that. But they said she had offers from like movies from basically like every major studio.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, so we also got the trailer for Wicked for Good, which is releasing this November on the 21st.
Yeah.
And it looks like more of the same, but I think visually it looks a lot better than that first film.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people had issues with that film in terms of like the visual quality. I think this is definitely an upgrade.
Yeah.
In terms of the story elements, I don't really know, Joe. I know you said
Yeah,
the
I'm not
second half.
I'm not gonna spoil. Like the movie directly ties into the Wizard of Oz, like the events of the movie. Like you see them in the trailer.
Yeah. The gang, Dorothy and
The
them.
gang, yeah. So you'll like I'm not gonna give spoilers away, but like you see how those characters end up there and like where they come from. And I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of you'll see. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, it's a cool trailer though.
Yeah,
I don't
it'll
know.
be fine.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about it.
I know it had like a significantly higher viewing than like the first Wicked trailer.
That's good. It'll
So
make a ton of money.
It's gonna probably make. I think it'll probably be the highest grossing film. Actually, I don't know, dude.
It'll be tough because there's a couple that have
Yeah.
like Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic. I don't think Fantastic Four, but I don't know. Actually, wait. There's another thing. I keep like forgetting to send stuff.
What?
The Superman box office projections.
It's good, right?
Yeah, it's supposedly. I want to just double check. Hold on.
There's 2 more trailers too.
Oh yeah, there's A Big Bold Beautiful Journey.
Well, no. Besides that,
Oh, well the other two.
Stranger Things season 5 got a trailer.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Do you even like Stranger Things?
Not really. I mean, I don't really. They're like, this is what. They're all like 25, and they're like, I just there's too much time in between the seasons for me to get invested.
It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, dude. And then I'm continue. I'm sorry.
No, the trailer looks okay. It's a lot of like, it's more of like a date announcement, and then they show tiny little clips. But a lot of the trailer is older clips from the previous seasons. There's this one shot of Noah Schnapp like screaming.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the highlight of that trailer.
Yeah, I just have no, like, I don't know. That's too, like, it takes too long for them to make these things for me to really be invested in it. Like, when did season 4 come out?
I don't know. It must have came out 2022 maybe.
So 4.
2020.
It's going to be
Maybe 2021.
4 years almost, 5 years to produce one season. I don't know, but whatever. Anyway, so Superman's early tracking right now is to open up to 154 to 175 million domestically, which would be the highest in 2025 and potentially the biggest opening ever for DC and a Superman movie. That's fucking nuts. And also, Fantastic Four is gonna be like most likely the first MCU movie in a while to open up with plus 100 domestically. So that's pretty exciting, honestly. Yeah. Superman, that's crazy. I didn't expect it. Imagine it makes 150 domestic.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
That's massive. That's, so.
But it's Superman,
Yeah. Yeah, but still, I mean, Man of Steel didn't open up to stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. But
maybe because
it's a title like Man of Steel. That's why. Like Superman.
Yeah.
The title.
And I guess this definitely appeals more to kids too.
Yeah.
Than like the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like really encouraging. I feel like, especially because like it shows these movies can coexist. Like they're both opening up to plus 100 million domestically, and I'm sure Jurassic World is gonna.
Yeah, I mean we saw it with like Barbenheimer and stuff. Those both made. Oppenheimer, I don't think quite got to $1 billion, but it was
it
was
like
right
700 million or something like that.
Nah, it was like 900. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
really? Oh.
Yeah, I think it was like right there. But yeah, it could work.
Yeah.
And those released the same day, so. But yeah, there was one other trailer I forgot to send. It's for Frankenstein.
Oh my god, I did watch that. How the fuck did I forget about that?
I think the trailer looked really cool.
Yeah, it looks sick.
I like how they don't show much of Frankenstein, but he's mobile in the trailer. He's kind of
and like a tank. Like he looks like a big hulking figure.
He also talks.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to think. The original, does he get some words out? Maybe a couple.
I think he does.
I forget, but
yeah, it looks good.
We don't see much of Christoph Waltz. You see Mia Goth for like a second, and it's mainly Oscar Isaac you're following.
I like that. It looked cool that they were like in the Arctic and fucking. I have no idea where the story's gonna go. Apparently, it's very different from the Mary Shelley book, and I don't know. I mean, do you think it's gonna get a theatrical release?
Probably not fully. Not fully.
I mean,
but maybe something similar to like Knives Out, the second one when Netflix made it, and it also came out in theaters like in a couple spots.
We got that,
definitely
the New York privilege where we get to just see everything, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's trailer. Honestly, it's honestly cooked if you don't live in like LA and New York for movies in the US.
Yeah, it's really a shame, but I get it. I mean, they can't show them everywhere, I guess.
I get it, but whatever. I think there might be one more thing. Oh yeah,
one last thing.
So this is speaking of, we actually just talking about movie rights. Blumhouse is acquiring the rights to the Saw franchise, which is exciting because James Wan, who is now a part of Blumhouse, is going to be taking over the reins again.
Yeah, and he
I feel like
directed the first film.
yeah,
for those who
I
don't
forgot
know,
to mention
so.
that he directed the first film, and he's the guy who like created the actual Saw franchise, right?
Yeah, he made the short film, I think, first,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
So I feel like they're going to completely reboot.
I don't know. I feel like Blumhouse and Saw. I don't really see them being like Saw doesn't seem like a Blumhouse franchise to me.
I
for
think
some
it's going to
reason.
be more like the like Atomic Monster than Blumhouse.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy James Wan is getting it back. I
Mhm.
trust them to make something good. It just sucks, man. I can't imagine this franchise without Tobin Bell. And I think if they
Yeah.
reboot, I don't think they're gonna bring him back.
No,
Who is gonna play John Kramer?
they got to go no name.
You think so?
He was pretty? Was he like a big actor before this, or not really?
Not really, I
Yeah,
guess.
that's what I'm
But it's
saying.
got to be an older guy, you know.
Yeah, 50s. Hugh Jackman. Fucking
You think
They
they're
make-
gonna race swap John Kramer?
make him like jacked, like an older Jack dude. Who's the guy
No,
in?
he's got to be feeble.
Who's the
He's gotta
guy
be
in
feeble.
Avatar who plays like the fucking evil general?
Oh, I forget his name. He's like 80 or something.
He's perfect, but he's like jacked. He's like 80, but he's
yeah,
like
he is
fucking
jacked.
ripped.
He is jacked.
Like
So
he just
do you
takes off
think
the
they're
cloak.
gonna go
and he's just
more
like
in the
jacked.
style of like Saw 1, where it's very simple. It's not like these big traps, or more in the style of kind of like Saw, like 3, 4, 5.
I feel like they're gonna take it back to the original, just because they kind of strained very far away in the later ones. I feel like they just got to go back to basics, like low budget, make it for like 25-50 million dollars. Like that's crazy saying that as a low budget for a horror movie, but like
Yeah, I mean Saw X was really critically acclaimed and
Yeah.
well received among fans too, and that kind of had more going on with like the traps and stuff, and less of what was going on with the first film, which is it's just that one room, and it's more of like a mystery of how to
Yeah.
escape. Compared to, and Saw 2 is kind of like that too. It definitely has more traps.
But I
in it,
miss those vibes a little bit. Like we haven't really gone there with the friend. I mean, like I did enjoy the what is it Saw X.
Yeah,
So I guess this means Saw 11's not happening, right?
no, I don't think so.
No.
There was reports of it being canceled, but then Billy the Puppet tweeted like, "Oh, Saw's not going anywhere just yet." So I guess they must have knew they were working to sell the rights.
Sell
at
the
that
rights.
point.
Yeah.
But
We'll see. Who owned them before?
Lionsgate.
Oh, I actually saw that they're still going to be involved in the creative process.
All right. I mean, oh, it was like Twisted Pictures. That was it. Twisted Pictures, which is owned by Lionsgate.
Okay.
So
How did it like get? Did James Gunn sell it to another studio? No, James Gunn, James Wan.
I don't think he like ever owned it.
Oh, he just
I
made
think
it
he
for
just made it.
like
yeah.
he pitched it to a studio. Okay.
Yeah. But that's it.
Well,
That's really it
sorry.
for the. That's it for the movie news, I think.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty decently exciting week of stuff. But yeah, I think maybe we get to the film trivia.
Yeah.
Pull up my movies that I got for you.
You got 3, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We got a bunch of like random ass like Harry Potter casting, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't. They're all like no names, honestly. Kid who
Alright,
looks
so-
like the kid who looks like Draco Malfoy looks like he looks like a
Like a dick.
Nazi, like in a like they're supposed to be like
And it's perfectly Draco Malfoy.
yeah, like when you were describing the Harry Potter franchise to me, you were like, yeah, the what are they called again? The purebloods, whatever the fuck. What is his
Yeah,
like
I don't think they have like a
name? But they're just like wizard Nazis essentially.
Yeah. Like they call people mudbloods who are mixed.
Yeah,
But
he looked
yeah.
yeah, like they cast the cast for the Malfoys looked on par. Like they were probably getting the same people from like fucking Zone of Interest or something like that.
yeah.
But
That's funny.
anyway,
All right. So, for those of you who don't know, if you're first time watching or listening, we're gonna do a film trivia where we try to guess the movie based on the cast, and we're gonna go head to head here. We each pick a movie, and we each try to guess the movie, giving
Yep.
one cast member at a time. So, Joe,
All right.
you want to give me one cast member?
Yeah, hold on. Pulling it up now. All right, first cast member is Fred Thompson.
Freddie T. May I see him?
Yeah.
Frederick T. He's very white and old looking. I'm just gonna guess National Treasure.
Nah.
Fuck. Alright. First cast member for you is Zoe Kravitz.
Hmm. I don't know her in shit. The only thing I know is like blink twice. I'm just gonna guess Batman, even though we did that already.
No, it's not
Yeah.
Batman.
All right, next actor is James Ranson.
James Ranson.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar to me, honestly, but I don't. Oh, this guy. Oh fuck. Oh, what is it? It's It. Chapter
No.
2. Fuck.
Although wait,
He
he might actually be in that, but it's not.
He is. He plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he
He
is.
plays the adult version of what's his face.
Oh,
Okay.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I recognize him from. Okay. Next actor is Mahershala Ali.
Oh. Is Lakeisha Stanfield in it too?
I can't say. You can't ask me for a third actor, bro.
Is it? I might be getting the name of the movie wrong, but is it Have a Good Day or Have a Good?
No, I know what you're talking about, but no, it's not that movie.
What's that movie's name?
I forget.
Have a Nice Day. It's something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't even think he's in that, honestly. But you're thinking of. Hold on. Hold on a second. You're thinking of Sorry to Bother You. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That
He's like the
is what
phone
you're-
call salesman, right?
Yeah. No, it's not that though.
Okay. All right, ready for the next actor?
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I've seen this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Jurassic World.
Nope.
Okay. All right, next up for you is Jake Johnson.
Can I see a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, he's the guy from
Whoa, my lighting.
that fucking TV show too. But he also
He's from-
plays.
He's
he
from
plays,
New Girl.
He plays Peter B. Parker too.
Yeah.
It was Zoe Kravitz.
Mahershala Ali, Jake Johnson.
Is it Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, it is.
Who's Mahershala Ali play?
He plays
I didn't even know he was in that.
he plays the Prowler.
Does he really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. What the fuck?
Yeah, he
Damn.
plays Uncle Aaron, it says.
And who's Zoe Kravitz?
I didn't know that
play?
either. She plays Mary Jane for like a second. But
Wow.
I figured I'd just say her because you know the name.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even. Now that when I'm like hearing his voice like from like kind of I see it now, but
Yeah.
mm.
All right, let me see if I
All
can
right, ready?
guess this. Yeah.
The next one, Juliet Rylance. Yeah, Juliet Rylance.
Juliet Rylance.
Yeah.
Is she related to Mark Rylance?
I don't think
Vincent
so. Yeah, I'll show you a picture of
D'Onofrio.
her.
Okay, interesting. I recognize her. What do I know Vincent D'Onofrio from? Fuck, man.
You ready? The last one.
Yeah, I can't. I have nothing. Who's the
Ethan
last one?
Hawke is the last actor.
Is it Sinister?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Who does
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio play?
He plays one of the cops.
Oh,
Oh, no,
okay,
it's
yeah,
just No, I'm sorry, I lied. He plays the guy on the Zoom who's like telling him about the demons and whatnot.
Oh, now it's coming to me. It's coming to me.
Yeah.
And that guy from It plays the cop, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I gotta rewatch that movie.
Yeah, that's a
honestly.
good
I haven't
movie.
seen that in a while.
It's
That
really
was a good
movie.
pick. Yeah, that was a good pick. So,
All right.
all right. So who went first last time? Did I just go first?
You,
Yeah, right?
I think I went first.
Okay. So, I'll go first this time. Let me pull up the film.
Hold on, my headphones keep. There we go.
Here we go. Here we go. So your first actor is Hong Chow.
Can I see a picture?
You know her. She's pretty big as of recent.
I don't think I know her.
You do. You do.
What is she from? That not
Can't
obviously not this. You know.
I'm not saying. She's been nominated for an Oscar like kind of recently.
I have no idea, dude. I was gonna guess X-Men.
No. Not X-Men.
All right. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
All right. First person is Michael Pare. I could be saying that wrong.
Michael Perea, maybe?
Pare.
Let me see him. Michael Pear. Michael Pear. I don't know, man. He looks really white, like the other guy. I have no idea. I'm gonna guess. Just because we mentioned before about animated movies, I'm guessing Up.
Nah. This isn't my animated one's next. I'll give you
Oh,
that.
why'd you spoil it for me? Okay. Next for you is John Leguizamo.
Can I see a picture?
Yeah, you know him. You definitely know him.
Oh, he didn't he play like fucking Luigi in like the live action Mario movies?
Yeah, and he said they're like the new one is
Oh,
racist.
the new one is racist.
Yeah. Because they didn't cast an Italian
An
American.
Italian American. Yeah. I feel like he was just cast in something that I saw too.
Yeah, there was something I feel like that's coming out.
Was he
he's
cast
just
in The
casting.
Odyssey? I think he was.
Yeah. It was The Odyssey. Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm just gonna guess Oppenheimer is a Nolan movie. Nah,
Not
no.
Oppenheimer.
All right. Next actor, James Woods.
James Woods. James Woods. Is it Saturday Night?
No.
I'm thinking of Matt Wood. All right. This now we're getting into some heavy hitters.
Yeah,
here, Joe.
same thing. Yeah.
So
Alright.
we'll see. You got next up is Nicholas Holt.
And who was the one before? Oh, well, wait, actually, yeah, I remember.
Hong Chow, John Leguizamo, Nicholas Holt.
Oh, The Menu.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Menu.
Yeah.
Good job.
She,
Yeah, Hong Chow, you
She
remember
plays the waitress, right?
Yeah.
okay.
That's yeah. And she's
Okay.
also in The Whale. She's in Kinds of Kindness.
Oh, I didn't realize she was in The Whale. She plays the nurse then, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or his friend.
Yeah.
She's in Asteroid City as well. That's why I was like, she's kind of popping off now.
Yeah.
All right.
All
What's
right.
up?
Next actor, Josh Hartnett.
Hmm. 30 Days a Night.
Nope. You're gonna get it now. Kristen Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. And I'm going to get it now?
I thought you would get it.
Civil War?
No. The Virgin Suicides.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in so long, man. That was number 5. That was the last actor.
What? Kristen Dunst? That was the first. Like, I go from 5 to 1.
Oh, okay. Damn, I didn't even get that, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought you would. I thought after
Yeah.
Dunst you'd get it because I don't think they have another role together.
Yeah. I don't ever go like, I mean, I don't, sometimes I will, but I don't go like 1 through 5 usually. Like,
Oh,
I'll
really?
just go, because like for this, for example, hold on, let me see if you can see it.
Mhm.
Probably can't see it, but like John Leguizamo is like a little bit down, but I recognize the name.
Oh,
So I like
okay,
skip
okay.
some of the people just to make it like easier.
Yeah.
Not easier, but just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
You're smoking me this time.
I know. I kind of am.
At least I know that your next movie is animated.
Animated, yeah.
And since you told me, I'll tell you. Mine is also animated next.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah. So
Are you ready
I chose 2 animated movies for this one.
All right.
I'm ready.
You ready? All right. The first actor is Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Oh, Monsters Inc.
No.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I should have pulled it up. He's in Monsters Inc., right? Doesn't he play Mike Wazowski?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. First actor is Mark Hamill. Doesn't really help you much because
No.
he does a lot of voice work.
I'm gonna guess like Batman Under the Red Hood.
Nope. It's
No.
a good guess because he's the
The
Joker,
Joker, yeah.
obviously, yeah.
All right. Next, ready?
Yeah.
Kevin James.
Kevin James. You sure this is animated?
Yeah, it is.
Kevin James. Oh. Barnyard.
No.
Fuck. I think Kevin James plays Otis in that.
Let me see. He does actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that cast's actually stacked. Courtney
Yeah,
Cox, Sam
it is a good
Elliott.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sam Elliott plays Ben.
The dad, yeah.
Yeah. He's like a great Ben, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Bill Nighy, who you'll know if you see him, but he plays tentacle face guy in the Pirates of the Caribbean. I'll show his face.
Oh. And who are the other 2 people?
It was Bill Nighy and Mark Hamill.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think of other animated shit he's in. Mark Hamill. Is it that fucking movie that just came out about Jesus?
No.
What is that
It's
called?
not.
Whatever, the fucking Oscar Isaac Jesus movie.
I forget what it's called. Oh,
He's
you mean
in
the
that,
highest grossing Korean
The
film
high-
of
yeah.
all time?
He's in that though, right?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
They have like an all-star cast, but not him.
All right. Ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
David Spade.
Bro, this is like the cast of Grown Ups. What the what
Yeah.
were they in?
Come on.
What how is this related? This can't be related to Grown Ups somehow.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Fuck, bro. I don't know. Sausage Party?
Nah.
Oh my god, man. All right. Kit Connor.
So it's Kit Connor. That other guy.
Kit Connor should be a good hint because he's pretty new.
Is it? Fuck. What's the name of it? Good Robot.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Wild Robot.
The Wild
The
Robot.
Wild
yeah.
Robot. But yes, it is.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so curious what yours is.
This is a really
Who's
good
next?
one. All right, there's 2 more. It's a really stacked cast. So there's like 3 other people you probably know on here.
All right,
So you get another.
I'll try a couple more guesses.
All right. Next one is Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg.
No idea.
Garfield.
No. I'll give you the last 2.
Give me more.
The last 2, Selena Gomez and Adam Sandler.
Oh, Hotel Transylvania.
Yep.
Oh my my god. I forgot the whole like cast of grown-ups is in that.
They play that. I'm sorry, continue.
Those movies, first of all, those are underrated movies. I actually like Hotel Transylvania. I think they're funny, but I forget that Adam Sandler just kind of hired all of his buddies to do voices.
To do it, yeah. They always when I work in peds, they always have it playing in the like whatever the waiting room and whatnot. And they just like the cast is like, I'm like, why does this movie have so many fucking people from Grown Ups? I'm pretty sure the like 2 and 3 they add more people from those movies too.
Yeah. I think actually, well, the most recent one, I think Adam Sandler dropped out, low key. So they lost like everyone. Yeah.
What is it, Hotel?
I think it's like Transformania or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't know he dropped out. Who the fuck plays him?
I don't know. Let's see. I don't think I ever watched that one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, all his boys. Beast, Mr. Beast is in the new one.
Hey,
he plays Party Monster. Damn, I didn't even know they made a. I thought they were doing like a series on Netflix or something.
I think they are. I watched the first 3.
Yeah.
I gave the first 2 a 3-star, and then the third a 2.5, which is not bad for animated.
The first one I remember, it's like he pulls up and like he hides from, they like hide him, right, or something like that.
I just know that like his Drax's daughter falls in love with like a human, and it's like just a red-haired guy. But it's funny because they make fun of like the
monster tropes and whatnot,
tropes and stuff. Yeah. So it's kind of like so stupid that it's funny. I don't know if you've seen the scenes of Drax like dancing and stuff.
Yeah. They always play the one where they're on the cruise ship at work.
Yeah, one of them, Dracula's dad is in it, and he's voiced by Mel Brooks.
That's pretty cool.
Which is like perfect. Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we can move on now.
Yeah.
Good round of trivia. You absolutely smoked me this week.
Yeah.
So
the animated ones you're not gonna beat me on. I'm just. There's no way.
Yeah.
Let me pull up.
Yeah. Pull up the synopsis for this next film because this was a rec.
This is what I recommended. Yeah. So after my Mission Impossible run, like I just basically watched all of them. I kind of been trying to get more into Tom Cruise, so I recommended Eyes Wide Shut, directed by Stanley Kubrick. So Cruise, Kidman, Kubrick. That's actually a fucking sick tagline. After Dr. Bill Harford's wife, Alice, admits to having sexual fantasies about a man she met, Bill becomes obsessed with having a sexual encounter. He discovers an underground sexual group and attends one of their meetings, and quickly discovers that he is in over his head. So, I want to start by talking about some of the things that I liked in the movie. One thing, the biggest things that stand out right away, the score is fantastic. Score is amazing. The sets are done really well. The costume design is really cool. All the masks are like fucking super unique looking. Like I don't know if you actually looked. Like every single one is different. They're all like super stylized and unique. I feel like I'm talking.
Nah, go, bro. Go. You don't gotta apologize.
But
keep going.
I really enjoyed like how Tom Cruise's character. He keeps like trying to like. He's just. It seems like he's going out to have a sexual experience for the sake to like, not anger his wife, but like, just to pity. Not pity. What's the word?
He feels like he has to.
He's obligated to because of his wife basically said that she had a fantasy about a man when they went away to some hotel. So basically, he goes. At first, it's. How does it first start? He meets the
prostitute.
Meets the prostitute. He goes to go talk to the prostitute. They go in the apartment, and then like he gets a call from his wife. So he's like, "I can't do this." Like he backs out and leaves. And then he meets his friend at a bar, and is like, "Oh, like I'm gonna go play at this new." I don't know if he ever says what it's for. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna play at this thing. I only get the address an hour before." And he's like, "No way, you're full of shit." And he's like, "Yeah," and I play blindfolded. And he's like, "What? Like, why do you play blindfolded?" He's like, "Yeah, there's some weird shit that they do there." So lo and behold, he eventually gets the address and goes, but he needs like a costume and a mask. So he goes to like a costume store, gets all that, goes there, and it's like this basically like a sex cult. They don't really explain too much behind it. there's like a man in like a red robe, and then like all these other people in black robes with masks on, and it's some kind of. It doesn't. I don't think it's satanic. It's just some type of sex cult, essentially.
Yeah, they basically just all gather together. It's supposed to be like the rich elites.
Yeah.
Which is why a lot of people, there's so many conspiracies on this movie and so many different interpretations of what it means. I think a very popular one, which I might believe in myself, is that it has to do with like the Hollywood elites and what goes on in these rings. And it's really interesting because Stanley Kubrick passed away before this movie was released. And apparently Warner Brothers cut out about 20 minutes of footage. And there are little things missing from the movie, that things aren't fully explained.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it's interesting as to why they cut these things out, especially after he died. And obviously there's the extreme situations where they're like, oh, Warner Brothers had him killed. Like, I don't think that's true.
That's what happened. He also was old,
this
right?
isn't Salo, you know? Yeah, he was old. This was his final film, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, there's lots of theories about the movie, what it all means. It's sort of, there is the surface level stuff about like jealousy and sex and things
Lust
like that.
and
But
yeah.
there's also theories about, you know, is this actually about child trafficking or something like that? You know, because there's the scene of when Bill goes to get the costume, the guy's like, is in there with those old men.
Yeah.
But she's like in on it or something weird. But then at first he's tied at her, but then she reappears later in the movie with him, and it seems like he's like pimping her out.
I thought it was his daughter.
It is his daughter.
Oh.
Well, he says it's his daughter, but it could be like someone else,
yeah.
Child like sex trafficked or something.
Yeah.
And some people say that this could be true, is the scenes in the big, you know, the big scene of the movie is them in the mansion at the party.
Yeah.
Is that the people who are having sex, it's meant to be children, but it's just like they didn't want to show children, obviously, because you can't.
I mean,
but it's meant to be that.
Yeah, I guess I could see how that's interpreted that way. I mean, I'm not really super versed on like the Hollywood kind of elite conspiracy whatnot, so maybe that's why I didn't feel that way. But I lean more in the sense that I felt like it was just kind of like a general like elite class that, like, you know, it's just like an orgy party essentially.
Yeah, that's a completely fair observation of it. I feel like there is more to it, though.
No, yeah, it's, you know, and that's part of why the movie is so good, is like it's layered. Like you can see it as one, you know. But one thing I got a little confused on was like, so the woman that saves him at the party, that's the prostitute that he meets in the beginning, right?
I think that's the girl that he saves.
That's why I'm confused. Is that woman the same prostitute the entire time? Because then the woman's
No. She's the prostitute that he meets in the street is different than the girl that he saves at the beginning. I'm pretty sure the girl he saves.
No, but they both die.
But I don't think it's the same person.
Because like, remember when he goes to the apartment again? And they're like, "Oh, we just found out that she has AIDS."
Yeah.
And then he goes to the hospital. And that body, isn't that body the prostitute from the beginning with the red hair?
Yeah, but he goes to the morgue after the party, not after the prostitute. Or I don't think it's the prostitute that they said she ran away or something.
Which one?
Not the one. So when they found out that he wasn't supposed to be at the party, they were going to kill him.
Yeah, and that girl,
she basically said, "Oh, I'll die because he saved me." So like, she doesn't want him to die, whatever.
Yeah.
So she gets killed, and that's the body that you're seeing. The other prostitute, I'm pretty sure, is completely separate. But I think there's also another theory that like he was basically getting set up, and they were like trying to give him HIV basically, which is why they were trying. Like, that prostitute just kind of like finds him on the street.
Yeah.
They're saying like she was sent there to meet him.
I don't know. That's like, I don't believe that. But what was I gonna say? I feel like.
So what were you confused about? Like whether it was just the same person?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that it was the same, like, because I don't know, maybe the hair looks similar to me, so I was like, is this? And you don't see the woman's face on the dead body, you just see her hair. So I was like, is this the same person that died? And I was like, they said she died of AIDS, but it was actually like they killed her or something. I don't know. But one thing actually, I didn't mention this, that I wasn't a fan of. I thought Kim would be in it a lot more. She's only in it like 20 minutes.
It's really Tom Cruise's movie.
Yeah.
She's not in it that much, and she's great in it.
Yeah. And he's great as well.
Yeah.
This is definitely the most like range I've seen of him in a role.
Yeah. They both look really good too.
Yeah, they're both like yeah.
Very attractive looking couple.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny with Tom Cruise though, because considering like his real life antics, he's like a super big Scientologist and stuff.
Yeah. I don't think he was a Scientologist when he did this though.
I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know when he joined Scientology.
But
yeah, that was funny to me. There's also another theory that I have to mention, that my girlfriend's like, she's really firm believer on this theory. She made me watch a video about it. It's called the letter theory. So shout out Cass, but basically there's a scene where Bill goes back to the mansion, and then that guy meets him at the door and hands him the letter.
Mm-hmm.
And on the front it says Dr. Bill Harford or whatever.
Yeah.
He opens it up, and then the shot goes to, it's just a hand holding a paper, and it basically says something along the lines of like, oh, this is your last warning, like stop trying to investigate us. Yeah. Like go away. And then that's it, and he leaves. But apparently there's a theory that that's not what the letter originally said. And originally it said something along the lines of, keep pursuing us and we'll, or no, it originally says, give us your daughter, or we'll kill your family, or we'll kill you and your wife. That's what people think it might have originally said.
But like,
he gives this weird look and then disappears basically. But then at the end of the film, in the last scene, they're in this toy store with their daughter. They're shopping, whatever. There's one part at the end where the daughter they're watching over the daughter the whole time. They're watching her, like, she picks up the Barbie doll and whatnot, and then she sort of disappears to the back. They sort of like send her off, and she goes and follows these two like weird looking men. And then from that point on until the movie ends, it just shows Bill and the wife talking, and they're not caring to look for the daughter or anything. So it's like, did they send her off? Did they trade her?
I don't know. That's a stretch. Like, I don't know. He could have written.
You're a letter theory hater?
Honestly, yeah, because it's stupid. Because the letter itself, they could have wrote like, fuck anything, and he could have had a reaction like that. It's like a very big jump to assume that that's exactly what they wrote.
Yeah,
that's a stretch.
That's a stretch. But I think it could have. Them
walking away with the daughter. That's like actually okay. Like you physically see that in the movie. You can't assume, like, this is just off the assumption that they did change the letter, and the letter happened to say that too.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the letter was maybe changed because he already got a warning. Why would they give him another warning? Like, he was
3 strikes her out.
Bro, but they killed the girl. Like, they were. His warning was letting him leave and saying, "Don't ever speak about this again." If he came back and was investigating, they would just kill him.
Well, like, maybe it was because his like that guy, that is his friend that like is in it. Maybe he's like, because he knows him, that's why they're not like killing him right away.
Who? Nick like, Nightingale?
The dude at the end that he's like, yeah, we.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Because wouldn't they have just like killed him right there? Why even let him live?
That's the point. Yeah. So like in the initial party.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to make him take his clothes off. Remember? They were like taking.
Oh yeah. But like, I don't know. I guess it was like it was either join us or die essentially, because he's like an elite. Like, he's a doctor. He's like a rich person in Manhattan. Like, he would fit right in that crowd.
Yeah. But I don't know. Just a theory. Yeah. I had to mention it, man.
Yeah.
I had to mention it. But there's a lot of weird shit going on with just the behind the scenes stuff.
I don't know too much about that. Yeah.
It's just very weird circumstances surrounding the film.
I did buy it on DVD.
Very nice. I wonder if that comes with like bonus features and stuff.
Let's see. Oh, it has the unrated international version. Documentary: The Last Film, Stanley Kubrick and Eyes Wide Shut.
Maybe that has the original letter on it.
Yeah. Interview with Tom Cruise, Kidman, and Spielberg. That's actually pretty cool.
Spielberg.
Yeah.
What's he got to do with this?
I don't know. Maybe he was like a mediator or something.
Kubrick, he's obviously one of the goats,
Yeah.
and I respect him a lot. I don't know if this isn't my favorite of his. Obviously,
No.
I don't want to say obviously, I guess, but
It's still really
think-
good.
yeah, 2001 I think is a better film overall. This is very good.
I like Clockwork Orange a little bit better.
Clockwork Orange is very good too.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's like something. I feel like there's something missing.
Yeah,
from
I
this
agree.
movie.
Maybe it's,
It's-
like whether it's a little more of Kidman's character or like a little more of like learning more about the cult. It's very good. It's very well made. There's also, I noticed, a lot of camera movement as well. Like even scenes of people talking together, like they would like move the camera. Or even like scenes in the house, like they just follow the people around. I really
Yeah.
did like that.
Yeah. I like the vibe too of like New York during Christmas
Yeah,
time.
like
and
the
stuff.
'80s, like the wealthy '80s New York. Like I don't know.
Yeah, just him sort of, especially when
He's walking around
Tom
at night.
Cruise- Yeah, just like going into bars and stuff. And they're like,
Yeah.
just whatever. Oh, the waiter comes. He's like, "Can I take your coat?" And he's like in the jazz bar. Just like a cool kind of vibe of
Yeah.
that old school New York.
I really like the scenes with the blue lighting.
Yeah,
The blue lighting
Yeah,
was
there's a-
really good. It almost
there's a
reminded
couple
me
cool
of,
shots. Yeah,
of the Possession. You know, on some of the lighting in the apartment, it was like
Yeah.
kind of a blue shade.
mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Definitely. Yeah, I had something else to say. I think.
Wow.
It'll come to me. Hold on. It'll come to me.
I want to get that
Um,
mask, dude.
You want it?
Yeah, it's sick. I
You
want
want
to
to join? You want to get some robes too and join
Yeah.
the cult?
I'm
Oh
just-
wait, this is what I was gonna say.
well,
It's like the movie the ending of the movie is all the shit finally happens. Nicole Kidman kind of breaks down to him, says like, "Oh, I had this dream. I was in a room with like all these men, and like I was just fucking all them and like thinking about you and how it would like hurt you and it was making me laugh." And at the end, they just kind of like are back to normal. They go to bring the girl to go
see, wait,
not groceries.
Time out.
Toy shopping. What?
So like, I took it as that that happened
No, I don't think it actually happened.
because the mask is laid on the bed.
No, but she when he walks in the room, she's laughing, and then he wakes her up and she tells the whole dream, and she's like, "That's why I was
No,
laughing. I was
no,
laughing in my dream because of that."
Again, he comes back again at the end, and the
Yeah.
mask is sitting at the bedside, and then like he tells her what happened the whole night. He confesses to her.
Yeah,
Then they go shopping, and she says like something along the lines of like, "Not all dreams are fake," like implying that what actually happened did happen. So I
maybe she
forgot.
was at the party.
That's what I took it as, that she was at the party, because how else would she get the mask?
Well, did he leave it at the party or did he leave with it?
He rented it and returned it. So how would he have gotten it back?
That's true. It's interesting.
That's what I
I-
took it as. Like that.
I thought it was just a dream.
I didn't. This. I don't know what the line is, but like, there's a line at the end where they're like. hold
But I
on.
was gonna say, what I was gonna say originally is, the ending line is she's like,
Like, fuck,
"There's something we have to do right now, or something we have to do as soon as possible." And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Fuck." And
Yeah.
the movie ends. Like, what is that trying to say? Why is that the last line of the movie?
Because it's like a sexual. I don't know. Like they're like trying to figure out how to fix their marriage, and I don't know. I thought it fit the theme of like just psychosexual kind of,
Yeah.
like they're trying to like figure out like where do we go from here? Like what do we do? And she's like, let's fuck. I don't know. I thought it was cool.
All right. Yeah. It's pretty
Um,
cool. Yeah.
I'm trying to. No. Oh, she said no dream is ever just a dream.
Oh,
That's the
I
line.
didn't. So you think
wait.
that?
What? Yeah, because I'm on Reddit right now.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
she could be referring to the dream about the sailor or the Navy guy, saying that maybe she did actually fuck him.
Yeah, but I feel like when this scene takes place, the most recent dream she talked about was like when she had sex with all the guys.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's interesting. I never actually thought about it like that, but yeah, she could have been at the party, I guess.
Let me see. The reason the movie's paced a little off is because Stanley Kubrick hadn't quite finished. To make a few more tweaks to the editing.
So you see, I wonder if you go back to that scene and like look at all, because the women are naked. So if you look at their bodies, I wonder if one of them is like Nicole Kidman.
Wait, what? He said, even if Kubrick had survived to make a few more tweaks to the editing, I think it would have been a bit clearer that everything in the movie from Tom Cruise takes the phone call in the middle of the argument to with Nicole Kidman to the very end where they take their daughter shopping in FAO shorts takes place in Tom Cruise's mind.
That's cap.
The movie is, after all, based on the book called Dream Story. And most of the last conversation between Cruise and the slow motion Nicole Kidman is concerned with dreams. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
they do talk a lot about dreams in the movie.
I do think that she was at the party, and that dream actually occurred. That's why. Honestly, this is like This is like not. This film isn't like. I wouldn't say it's controversial, but this is like a decent. I feel like the most amount of discourse we've had about a film in a while.
Yeah, we be talking about schlop too much. I guess.
I know. We gotta get recultured again. But I don't know. That's how I took it.
I didn't take it as that. I don't know. I don't know what.
Because then, how did the mask get back? That's like because you see him return it.
He returns it to
Remember, he goes back to the place and the woman's like staring at him.
Yeah. So how would she get it then?
What, the wife?
Yeah.
Well, they're all connected. I'm assuming.
Wait.
It's all connected. Everything, like the guy at the costume place, like they're all.
You think he's part of it?
They're
too?
all in cahoots. That's what I think.
So yeah, it is weird how it ends. I thought it was more like a threat from the people. Like they went in and put it there, just trying to show like we have access to your wife. We
It could
if we want.
It could,
you know. But
I kind of want to look up the.
That's
book.
a cool shot, though. I like that shot.
A lot of her on the bed and the like.
Yeah.
It's like that like dark kind of tone, not dark tone, but like the lighting, that kind of like dark blue lighting with the purple kind of velvet.
Yeah, just her laying. The purple sheets. And
Yeah.
The mask is just sitting there.
He's cooking. Yeah, he was cooking with that one.
He cooked. Yeah, he cooked for sure.
Did you have a favorite scene? I feel like it's.
I mean, I obviously like the ritual scene.
Yeah.
The house party. I feel like for some reason the scene that sticks out to me is when he goes to get the costume the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He gets brought in, and then like there's the reveal of the girl in there, and there's like the two naked men. It's just like it's very jarring.
Yeah.
I guess. So and then there's the shot where the girl sort of runs away, and then she like grabs onto
Tom Cruise's character
and, like,
smiles.
This
weird kind of like tension between them.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I don't know why that scene really stuck to me for some reason. I like the guy who plays the
clerk, the costume clerk.
Yeah. I liked him. Oh, this is random. You know who? Was that Alan Cumming in there? As like the hotel guy. The hotel clerk.
Yeah, it is actually. Oh, dude, that's fucking Nightcrawler.
Yeah. I saw him. I was like, wait.
I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah.
But yeah. Damn, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I really like that scene for some reason.
Fair.
Also the beginning.
The party scene? Party scene? Yeah, the party scene's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's basic, but the mansion party shot I really, really enjoy. Like just them, like the whole ritual, the camera moving in it, all the costumes, the masks. It's peak.
It's pretty peak.
Yeah.
My favorite character for me is Bill. It's basic.
Yeah, it's just basically his.
Tom Cruise does a great job.
Do you think this is his best role?
I think he's good in Magnolia too.
That's next on my list because like I haven't. That's like the other good movie that he's in that I haven't seen.
This is probably his best. This is probably his best, I think.
Well, I think we're gonna be in a big because now that he's doing Mission Impossible, we have a big Tom Cruise renaissance.
He's going for an Oscar.
Yeah. What is that movie called again? Judy or something?
Judy, I think.
I'm actually mad excited to see him like I love his action roles, but it's cool to see him like actually, do a little
What has
character
he
work.
been in recently besides Mission Impossible? Like The Mummy?
The Mummy. He was in American Made in 2017,
It's a good one.
and then it's mostly just because he's been like producing a lot of the Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah, so he's got to really be hands-on.
Yeah. Like he kind of like took over that franchise. I feel like after like 3, he kind of like it became like his child. I don't know, when did he start producing on it?
Probably once he had like that huge name recognition.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm curious what he's a producer on.
Let me look up. I'm looking up Tom Cruise and then sorting. By,
Oh, it's like all of them. He's been a
release date.
producer on. Damn.
Oh wait, I forgot he was in Top Gun too.
What? Did you forget? That's like.
Like Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, Maverick,
Just thinking
yeah.
of like the recent shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? Bratz, 2024. Oh, he plays himself. That doesn't count.
Rats. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, Mission Impossible, Top Gun,
Vanilla Sky.
The
that
Mummy,
good?
American Made, Vanilla Sky. I don't know if that's good. I've heard a lot about that movie though. Actually,
I'm watching Legend right now. I don't really like it that much though.
Vanilla Sky. All right, I think we're kind of.
Yeah.
I
But
think we're done here.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. If you want, I'll start with my rating. So I give it a 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. Really like interesting movie, very thought provoking. I like how the ending is kind of open for interpretation. A lot of cool like set design, and obviously the cult stuff is awesome. Tom Cruise is great. Kidman's great. I do wish we had a little more, like Matthew said as well. Like it feels like it's missing a little something. Like so, that's why I didn't give it a 4.5 or a 5. But overall, still enjoyable. Matt.
Yeah, same boat. I feel
Yeah.
like we tend to agree a lot, Joe. But
Yeah.
I also gave it a 4-star, 8 out of 10. I think that it's really carried by Tom Cruise's performance in the lead. Just like the overall feel of the movie is very cool. I like the New York setting. I like the Christmas time period that it takes place in. Great performances. There's a lot of weird sort of unanswered questions that I
Mhm.
have, that I think that's one of my problems with the movie. Like, apparently, like we talked about, Kubrick had about 20 minutes of footage that was cut out posthumously. So, could that have helped the movie? Possibly.
Yeah.
But I think it still really works for what it is. It gets you to think. So,
Yeah.
it's good. It's not quite up there as my favorite Kubrick, but I think it's a solid film.
Yeah, I think it's
So.
definitely worth watching.
So, all right.
Yeah.
That's really it. So yeah, I guess we could pretty much wrap up. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Willowbrook tapes, though, really quick.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, I'm helping to make a film with my buddy Michael Costa, who's been on this podcast before. He's directing it. He's the genius behind all of this stuff, by the way. And we recently got the trailer, our first trailer dropped,
Yeah.
and we got Bloody Disgusting to post it, which is like pretty huge. Bloody Disgusting is like a big horror outlet. So
Yeah, 100%.
just yeah, shout out to Mike, and I'm really proud of what we were able to cook up so far. Obviously, like, all credit goes to him, but just to even be a part of it's really cool. So go check out the trailer if you guys haven't seen it. Yeah, check out Bloody Disgusting's Twitter. Just look up the Willowbrook Tapes trailer, but stuff is really starting to heat up there, so I'm excited. Hopefully we'll be able to get some news about release, because
Yeah.
we're trying to get this into theaters. So, yeah, shout out to that. But, okay, so before we wrap things up, I actually have a fun movie recommendation for next episode, which might be a little delayed because, like I said, I'm going away again. But
Yeah.
I was just in Greece, right? I was talking about the Greek myths, right? Very
Mhm.
interesting stuff to me.
Yeah.
While I was there, my girlfriend kept mentioning this movie. Like, how have you not seen this? How have you not seen this? I want to talk about Hercules.
Yeah.
the animated Disney film. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have, but not in like over probably a decade.
So it should be fun because I think that goes a lot into those myths.
Yeah.
And it has, because I think Hades is like the main villain.
Hades is the villain. Well,
the
isn't
film.
Hercules is immortal, right?
I don't know his story. I think
He's this. I'm pretty sure he's like the son of Zeus and immortal. Like he's not
I think he's the son of Zeus, and they tried to kill him because there was some prophecy about how he was gonna do something, but it failed, and then like he survives. I don't know. There's a bunch of shit like that. They always try to like kill the babies and stuff, but apparently really good music.
It's a musical.
Yeah. So, and they're doing a live action soon.
Yeah.
So
with your boys.
The Russos, the first ever TikTok movie, they're gonna make it. But we gotta find that quote, whatever the fuck they said.
Hold on, wait, let me pull it up now. I'm actually curious what it is too, and then we'll talk about the other releases coming out this week too.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm just looking up Russo's TikTok Hercules.
Yeah, that'll actually work. And yeah, while you're doing that, I'll look on Letterboxd for what's coming
Disney
out.
live action Hercules will be more experimental and inspired by TikTok, says producer Joe Russo.
Inspired by TikTok.
Yeah.
So I guess once I watch, I'll be able to see what he means by that. But
I think they're excited to see what we can bring to it in a way that isn't just reinterpretation of the animated film. Okay, that's not like a horrible thing, but like. Guy is perfect for it because.
Dude, you want to know? We got some actually good movies for the next.
Yeah, I have it pulled up right now.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
And 28 Years Later.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the fuck?
My phone just like fucking started. I went on like one of those websites and like the Jurassic World player just tried to start playing. Yeah.
All right, I think we're lingering here, so.
Yeah. We're also getting ELO, that like
Elio?
which Disney just hasn't even marketed. They just gave up.
Pixar, yeah. Fuck it.
I mean, I'll see it, and then I feel like there was one more. Oh no, Megan and F1 in 2 weeks.
Yeah. So. All right, it was a quick little episode today, under sub 2 hours. So, thanks everyone for watching or listening, and again, check out that Willowbrook Tapes trailer. Show it some love, and yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks. The episode might be a little bit delayed because of my travel schedule, but
we'll
figure it out. Really appreciate you guys. Follow us on social media. Give us some love, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, take care, guys.